Welcome back to Crystal Hearts 12 Days of Christmas. My name is Crystal and today we are going to be making another small project. Before we get into what that project is, y'all hit the like button. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification so that you're notified every time I post a video and every time I go live. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, join the Facebook group, all the things, all the links are down below. Alright, so today we are going to be making little phone holder stands, whatnot. These are perfect for your preteens, your teenagers, your senior citizens, your regular pedestrians of the world. I don't know. It's good for everybody. So anybody with a phone and that likes to watch videos on their phone or just have their phone sitting next to them on their nightstand, this will be perfect for them. It's simple, easy, quick, and you don't need much. I'm going to put y'all in the downward view and show y'all how to get this done and what you guys will need. Alright, first things first, you will need your fabric of choice. This is good with scraps. Your fabric needs to be 9 inches by 12 inches. You need about a cup to a cup and a half of rice and a little bit of fluff, stuffing, polyfill, whatever you have. Tear up that baby's teddy bear and get some stuffing out of there. It doesn't matter, whatever you have. And that is pretty much it, y'all, in your sewing machine. And that's all you need. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, my fabric is already ironed and ready to go. I'm going to flip it over. And then on the long side, the 12-inch side, I'm going to fold it over about 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to iron this. Okay, so this is what we have. Super simple. You're going to flip it over and then fold it in half the long ways so that your little folded part is at the top. You can pin or clip the edges. It's up to you. Alright, this is all I need. I'm not about to do too much pinning. But once you're done with the pinning or the clipping or whatever, what you're going to do is you're going to sew down and across. So you're just going to sew down and across and that's it. I'll be back. Okay, and I've sewn down and across with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Alright, I went ahead and I clipped the edges here, not into my stitches, just on the corner, because if you clip into your stitches you'll have to re-sew it. And then you're going to flip it right sides out. And I'm just using my finger to poke the corners. You can use a point turner, a pin, anything, but I just use my fingers this time. And then there you go. You can iron it flat if you like. Okay, so what we are going to do next is you're going to get a ruler of any sort. You're going to measure 1.5 inches from the bottom and 1 inch in from the sides. So you could either put it on your mat and see where 1 inch is, or you can use a ruler. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches up. You can use a friction pen and iron it afterwards. You can use a chalk pencil and dust it off afterwards. You can use a washable pen and wipe it with water. I'm going to go ahead and use a friction pen. So I'm just marking a line at 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to measure in 1 inch on both sides. So from that point where we measured in an inch to this point where we measured in 1 inch, we're going to sew across. So you're going to start here, sew across, in here. So because this seam is just in the middle, you're going to want to lock stitch at the beginning, which means go forward, go backwards, and then go forward across. And at your stopping point, you're going to want to go backwards and then forwards to lock it. If you have a lock stitch, then you can use that at the beginning and at the end if your machine does that. Otherwise, you're going to go forward, backward, forward, backward, forward. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I've done that, and because it was a friction pin, I just ironed the markings away. Alright, so what you're going to do now is you're going to open it up and you're going to pour in some of your rice. I would say a quarter of your rice, and I'm spilling. Oh my gosh. Now if you don't want to use rice, you can use other things. I feel like walnut shells will work. A lot of people use that in cross stitch. You can use the little pellets that Polyfill sells. Not very environmentally friendly, but you can use it. Rice, some people don't like to use food stuff in their thing, but I feel like it'll be fine. Alright, so I poured about a quarter of my rice in here, so I guess it's like a quarter cup. Now you left this part unsewn and this part unsewn, so the rice you'll push through. You'll just kind of ease it through those little sections to get it all at the bottom. I mean, all of it doesn't have to go at the bottom, but you want to get it pretty full down there. And I'm spilling, but it'll be okay. Alright, so once you've gotten that bottom section full, you're good. And you don't want too much rice still left in the top section right now, because we are going to go back to the sewing machine. And right above our last stitch, about a quarter of an inch above, we're going to go ahead and do another stitch all the way across. You want to do your lock stitching at one end and at the other end. It doesn't have to be perfect. This little channel that we're creating, we don't want rice in it. It'll be where your phone will sit, and it will help your phone to sit well. So try to have all your rice down at the bottom, and if you have any extra, try to just push it up a little bit so that you can sew. Alright, I'm gonna go sew 1/4 inch away from the last. Okay, and this is what it'll look like. You'll have just that little channel so that your phone will have somewhere to kind of sit. Some patterns that I've seen don't do that, but I want it to do that. Alright, so now, and also it keeps all your rice down at the bottom. Alright, so now you're going to pour the rest of your rice in. And then you're going to get your polyfill and you're going to fill it up the rest of the way with polyfill. So you have about 1.5 cups of rice in here, but the rest will be polyfill. Alright, once you get it as full as you want, you're going to take your two sides and you're going to meet them in the middle. And you're making kind of like a little triangle situation. And I'm going to pin it at the top. Okay, and then you're going to sew about 1/8 of an inch all the way across. And you're going to lock stitch in the beginning, lock stitch in the end. Okay, before we stitch, I do want to show y'all, some people like to have the little loop on here, like a little loop. And I didn't really see a reason for it, but if you want to put that little loop, a super easy way is to get some ribbon. And this is, what do you call this kind of ribbon? It's something with a G. It's the ribbed ribbon. Is it grosgrain? Something grain? I don't know. I'm making this up probably. Well, I got that and I cut it about 5 inches, and then you can fold it and put it in here to make the tab and just use your pin to pin it in place if you feel like you need that tab. I don't feel like I need it, but just wanted to show y'all that. So I'm not going to put it on this one. And once again, even if you have the little tab in, you're going to sew across 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And we're done. That's literally it. You do want to make sure that you're sewing from one end to the other, making sure there's no gaps on the edges so that rice can't fall out. You can kind of maneuver it to get it you know, position how you want if you need to fluff it out some. And then you could just sit your phone on it. And I really needed one of these, so I'm so happy that I made this. I needed one for the posh room because I'm always leaning my phone up on cups and everything else. Okay. Alright, y'all. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. This is such a simple, cute gift idea. Also just for yourself, because I was going to make this and give it to Kamani, but I don't know, I might keep this one and teach her how to make her own. But I will actually be probably teaching this in my sewing class where I have a group of young girls that I teach how to sew. And this will probably be a perfect thing for them to sew. And they can probably make Christmas gifts. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. Have you made these? Do you plan on making these? Give me some comments down below. If you have not seen the other videos from the 12 Days of Christmas series, I do have a playlist where I'm putting all the videos. If you want to just run the playlist and watch them, you can do that. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a happy holiday.